Hey there, gang. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you happen to be tuning in. It's good morning in a lot of the world if you're tuning in for this live. Wanted to check in with everybody and join you for another one of our old coffee conversations. It's been a little while since we've done these, so I wanted to check back in with one of these and looking forward to doing a lot more in the coming weeks as we're, at this point homebound and socially isolated in a sense with this whole COVID-19 coronavirus stuff. But anyway, wanted to talk a little bit today about what we would call athletic relaxation. When we're working with our horse, one of the things that we are working for a lot of times is relaxation. Nobody wants our horse to be tense necessarily. We want that relaxation. We want that kind of open mind. We want that learning mindset that's going to come with relaxation, right? But I would say there's different types of relaxation, right? If we're working with a horse that's just naturally very tense and he's not receptive to learning, there's one type of relaxation we're going to be looking for. And then if we're looking to get anything sort of athletic out of our horse performance-wise, there's going to be a different kind of relaxation that we're looking for when we want to do that. So, for example, again, we use the example of the horse that's just tense and unfocused. That's the kind of horse we want to just be letting down, relaxing, helping him to just find his okay spot, right? Just be okay within himself and just breathe, right? We have that with people too, okay? We have that as a type of relaxation. On the other hand, though, let's say we're looking at, again, getting something athletic out of our horse. Let's say, okay, if you're joining me for your cup of coffee, check in, let me know what you're drinking, coffee, tea, anything like that. But while you're sitting there, while you're listening to this, let's think about this for a moment. Let's just completely relax in your body. Just let everything down, right? Relax from there. And now do a push-up. Nah, it's not going to happen, is it? Let's completely relax again. And then do a high jump. Nope, that's not going to happen either, right? Because when we talk about relaxation in that case, that just letting down, letting everything go flaccid and drab, when we're doing that, we're not in a state of athletic readiness, right? Does that make sense? Now, we could think about it on the other extreme there. If we're athletically ready, but then we're just tense and we're tight and we're edgy and we're all over the place, our athletic performance isn't going to be very good either, right? If we think about human athletes, as well as horse athletes, right? There's a readiness that is focused, that is channeled, right? So we go back to that horse that we're asking to just completely let down and relax and focus and that sort of thing. From that relaxed state, that's kind of like us, just kind of letting everything fall, breathing, just being there. From that state, we wouldn't be able to ask for a pee-off, for example, from that horse. Pee-off specifically is a movement that requires a lot of athletic capability, a lot of pushing power, a lot of energy in there. It's not going very far, right? But there's a lot of energy required there. So there's an energetic requirement in this idea of athletic relaxation as well. So when we're talking about helping our horse to relax, we want to really think about what are we looking for from our horse, and that's going to dictate this type of relaxation that we're looking for. When we're riding, when we're working with our horse, we want more this athletic relaxation. So there's a state of calm readiness, right? The readiness is super important. Let's think about our horses from a balance perspective. If we're looking at having our horses just completely relaxed, think about as you're sitting there drinking your coffee or your tea with me, the complete relaxation. You'll feel your shoulders fall, that sort of thing. Well, where we're lucky is we've got a clavicle. We've got that collarbone that's connecting our shoulders to our rib cage, to our upper body. Our horse doesn't have that, right? So think about it from our horse's perspective. If he's completely relaxing, that's just all muscles in there. And again, I'm not saying complete relaxation is bad. We're talking about from an athletic perspective. If we're in this idea of total, complete, let down, blah, relaxation, his chest is going to fall closer to the ground, right? As all those muscles let down and relax. When he's in that position, where's his balance? Downhill, right? So what kind of athletic maneuvers or movements is that horse going to be capable of? Not many, okay? When we're talking about that, again, that total kind of downhill, falling down relaxation sort of idea, we're not going to be able to get much from our horse in that case. So we're looking at thinking, can he be relaxed, but can he be poised, right? If we think about, again, we'll go back to that idea of you're sitting in your chair with me here, we're having our coffee or our tea, and you're just completely relaxed, okay? If you needed to get up out of your chair in this moment, you've got to make a lot of changes, right? You've got to go through a lot in your body. Maybe it's not a lot, right? But you've got to go through some changes. You've got to go through some things in your body to get from that position into the position where you're upright. Let's think about maybe poised relaxation. Maybe that's another way to think about this. Poised relaxation. So let's sit in your chair or on your couch or wherever you are listening, and just think about your posture, right? Think about your equitation. Think about what that's going to look like and feel like if you're, slightly engaged in your core, but you can still be relaxed. I'm not saying be tense, right? You can be fairly relaxed, but still in a good poised, athletically ready position, right? That's more like what we're looking for from our horse when we're wanting a lot of these things that we're talking about, that we want him to work for us, but not be tense, okay? That's something that we want to think about. That's going to require a different level of engagement from our horse, okay? Mental as well as physical, all right? We can be relaxed. We can be kicking back, rather slothful on the couch, and this is a good time in the world for most of us to be doing that, right? Just kind of vegging out on the couch, not doing much. But that's not a posture or a position that's going to allow us to be athletic or to really get much of anything done. So we want to be thinking about that when we're working with our horse. Can we have relaxation, but can it be an active, athletic relaxation? And so with that active athletic relaxation, just like with us, just like with athletes, there's that readiness, right? There's that responsiveness. So the responsiveness is really important as well. If we're looking at asking our horses to relax, are we sacrificing responsiveness for relaxation? And then on the other side, we want to think, are we sacrificing relaxation for responsiveness? So we've got to have that balance in there. It's got to be equal doses, maybe not equal doses, it's got to be balanced doses of both of those things, responsiveness as well as relaxation. If we have more one than the other, it's going to be unbalanced, and we're either going to be tense or we're going to be just incapable of getting anything athletic done. Okay, I hope that kind of gives you something to think about there with that. That, again, athletic relaxation versus kind of a dull, blah, drab relaxation. And again, it depends on what you're looking for from your horse. It depends on what you're working on, what you're doing in that specific instance. Athletic relaxation could be very different. Again, we mentioned piaffe. Say you're working with your horse and you want piaffe. There's got to be an extreme amount of responsiveness right there, but you don't want tension because then the body's not going to be in a position where it's necessarily capable of doing that athletically. There's a difference in what you're looking for there as far as the relaxed responsiveness and maybe just walking in hand. Right? There's a relaxed responsiveness that you'd want there as well, but we need more responsiveness per se. Again, it's just as an example, something I'm throwing out just off the cuff here. There's going to be more responsiveness necessary for that piaffe than for that relaxed walking in hand. So it's a scale, right? Everything happens on a spectrum in that case. So that's something to think about. So maybe that's something I'd like to hear from you. What is it that you're looking for from your horse in this case? Or can you come up with an example of where you're looking to find relaxation and responsiveness? And where's that middle ground? Where are you maybe struggling? Maybe you've got more relaxation. Maybe you've got more responsiveness as far as it's looking like more tension, and you need to find that balance in there. I'm really curious if there's anything that you're working on that you need a little bit of help. Your horse needs to, be helped to find that balance in there. Okay. Again, athletic relaxation, really, really important. Okay, really important. It's more than just letting down, more than just being okay. It's being ready and being okay with being ready. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, check in with me. I'm drinking a dark roast coffee right now, black always. But what are you drinking? What are you enjoying while we're having these coffee conversations? Again, I'm going to be trying to do more of these in the weeks and days ahead. So if you've got any ideas, suggestions, comments on things you might like to hear about, things you'd like to join me with, feel free, put those in the comment section below here. I'm really curious about some topics that you'd like to chat about or hear more about. I hope you're all safe. I hope you're all well. And I thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, enjoy this cup, hey? Enjoy your cup of whatever you're drinking. Thanks, gang. We'll see you soon.